Welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Falcons and what they are doing to rebuild after the Matt Ryan and Julio Jones days. This is a team that has been disappointing ever since that Super Bowl run. It's been downhill. And I think in Matt Ryan's last year and Arthur Smith's first season as the Falcons head coach, I think they were above expectation. They did more than anybody expected them to. That team was much better than I expected them to be. And then last year, I think they took quite a step back from what I thought they were going to be able to build on. But coming up, just before I started recording this, the Falcons made a trade to get Jeff Okudah from the Lions for a fifth-round pick in the upcoming draft, which is a pretty cheap price. Now, Jeff Okudah, first couple seasons, not great, right? Last season, still up and down. He's got some rough edges for sure. But the Falcons were able to turn around A.J. Terrell, who had one of the worst seasons, one of the worst rookie seasons a corner has ever had. And then came back and turned into one of the best corners in the league last year. So, there's something they're doing right in the building there in secondary. So maybe they can do the same thing with Jeff Okudah. And if that's the case, that secondary is going to be dangerous. This is a team that's needed to rebuild that defense for years. And if Jeff Okudah can be a guy with AJ Terrell, then they're going to be a problem for people. And then it'll be like those, no fly zone defenses that Denver was rolling out. But looking at other team needs, in free agency, they didn't really have any like notable free agents leave, nobody that was really like a huge difference maker, right? But looking at the team needs, okay, again, this is a team that is rebuilding. They need cornerback, defensive end, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, interior offensive line, and possibly quarterback. We don't know what Desmond Ridder is going to be. I don't expect them to take a quarterback in this draft. You have to let your young guy grow. And I think they're fine with letting Desmond Ridder grow, understanding that they still have to be able to build this team around him. The Falcons have one of the worst offensive lines in the league. They have to lock that down. It's going to be rough for the offense as a whole if Desmond Ridder isn't going to be protected, right? So there's some things that they have to lock up. But if you look at the guys that they brought in this offseason, they brought in safety Jesse Bates from the Bengals, one of the better safeties in the league. Also brought in a couple of guys from the Saints and David Onyemata and Caden Ellis. Bringing in defensive end Calais Campbell from the Ravens. Thought for sure he was going to retire this offseason. He decides to switch it up and go to the NFC. He's in Atlanta playing for the Falcons this year. Gonna be interesting to see what his role is. As old as he is, but he is a massive human being and can probably still move people. So expect him to be a difference maker for that defense, at least from a veteran standpoint. Then you also have cornerback Mike Hughes coming from the Lions as a depth piece in that secondary. So again, they've needed to rebuild that defense for years. And they brought in a lot of guys this offseason to try to make an impact on that side of the ball. And I think what they've done will show. Show on paper, it looks good, but I think once you put these guys out on the field, I think what they've done and what they do in the draft, I think they'll be a much better defense going into 2023. I don't know if they'll be a top 10 defense, but they'll be much improved next offseason. Then you look at the guys they brought in on the offense. Taylor Heineke, which was one of the more interesting signings of the offseason because the Falcons keep saying, we want Desmond Ridder. He's our guy, Desmond Ridder for the future. And Taylor Heineke has said that he wanted to go somewhere where he could, push for a starting job. So there's definitely going to be, if things don't go right for the Falcons early on and Desmond Ridder doesn't look fantastic, there are going to be a lot of people pushing for Taylor Heineke. And with Arthur Smith being the coach, he could pick to go that route with Taylor Heineke. But with a young quarterback and a team that's rebuilding, it just feels like, the call will come from upstairs. Like, hey, like we need to let Desmond Ridder be the guy. We need to let him figure out how to play in the NFL, especially after not playing in his rookie year. It's basically, or not playing a whole lot in his rookie year. This is basically going to be his rookie season. He only has a couple games under his belt. So I think they put themselves in a weird position, right? If things don't start going right early on. But I do like the signing. I like Taylor Heineke a lot. He's a pretty safe player. He's not, going to go out there and like most days won't be the reason you win the game, but he's usually not going to be the reason you lose the game either. I like that signing. Just causes controversy if things don't go right. But then you bring in a couple wide receivers, which is probably the biggest hole on the team at this point. Matt Collins, who looked pretty good for the Raiders last year, was making plays, came out of nowhere, but he was an effective piece for them. And obviously, wide receiver Scotty Miller coming from the Bucs, he's made plays for them in the past. Obviously, his quarterback was Tom Brady, and Tom Brady has made a lot of no-name wide receivers look good. It's kind of what great quarterbacks do. Desmond Ridder, I don't know what he'll be able to do with that. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Falcons probably go wide receiver in the first round if I had to guess. But I'd love to know what you think the Falcons' potential is for 2023 with everything that they've done. Who do you think they're going to take in the draft? Everything like that. Let me know what your part of this discussion is down in the comments. And don't forget to keep coming back for more off-season content. And we'll see you for the next video.